Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to some more World Series 2016 games. This is again round 1, and today we've got JeremyB against Torch. Torch, I actually don't know who this is. He's in the north in the sign colour as a demo. JeremyB, aka Lost Hero, if you recognise that name. He is in the south with Air, so Air against Demo. I would say Air has the advantage, so JeremyB should be winning this. Also, I don't know anything about Torch as I don't know the player. I don't think I know unless he's on a Smurf name. Then we'll have to see how that goes for him. I've got to be wary in things like the World Series 2016 of like super top players, like the best players are making fake games, making fake names and playing kind of undercover, so you got to be wary of that. I'm always wary when an undercover player picks Cyan as well, because Cyan is a colour that Rage likes to play, so got to be careful. But judging by these work is a little bit slow, Rage is quicker than that, so I'm going to say this is not one of the top players undercover. JeremyB meanwhile has gone 2 supplies and then 2 airfields. He should be doing Comanches, and Comanches will work super good against Demo because Demo has expensive quads at 750. Is that a tech RPG or a terrorist RPG? Sorry, terror tech even. I think it's going to be a terror tech. I think two terrorists were already inside there. There is a terror car there that I haven't seen any players capture as of yet. It can be used to scout. It would have scouted these 2 airfields, so he would have been queuing up quads rather than more techs. I'm not quite sure what was going on there. I'm pretty sure if Jeremy just attacked it from the right angle to start with and just kept attacking rather than moving, he could have stopped that getting in. So very lucky for Torch that actually managed to get in. And Jeremy actually has a drone there, so he saw that coming a mile off, and he could have. I felt he could have stopped that. A little bit unfortunate for him, and manages to get through. JeremyB not choosing to go for the upgrade straight away like I like to do. I like to get the stealth upgrade and the countermeasure upgrade before anything else. I probably also would skip building that until a little bit later. I probably would prefer to get more Comanches out first, because there's going to be a wave of an attack now that you're going to need to defend against, and if you haven't got enough Comanches out to defend against it, then it might go badly. Also, you've got to hope that that isn't full of RPGs and that these have got countermeasures. I don't think they have. It's going to be another tech RPG which is very ambitious, and it's actually going to make it through as well. Very ambitious. When you know there's Comanches out, that's usually going to get shut down before it even gets in. But a super good play by Torch, manages to actually reach his target and actually got a little bit of damage off to the airfield as well. Don't want to engage those RPGs, especially when they're just stationary like that, because they'll start shooting at Comanches straight away, and I'm pretty sure he hasn't got the countermeasure upgrade, which is you need to get that countermeasure upgrade, especially against RPGs, but it also nearly doubles the amount of time that Comanches can last against quads. So it's sometimes one of the first upgrades I get, sometimes I even get it before the stealth upgrade, so it's super important. Torch has parked his stuff there and not attacking, so playing super good. Is looking like a good player, this Torch guy. I'm not sure who it is, but he looks like he's playing pretty good. JeremyB has got his Chinooks just in range of that quad, and that quad is going to take some stuff out. The reason Torch has got his stuff parked like this is so when those Comanches attack, the quads can retaliate straight away. JeremyB looking a little bit hesitant here, kind of just flying around. I would like to have seen him a little bit earlier, just go either straight for the base trade, which Air should always win, because as soon as those Comanches get ranked up, they'll do loads more damage. Instead choosing to defend, which is also good if you do it at the right time. Only lost 1 Comanche, 1 is low, but that can be re-healed. That fire base a little bit far back. A little bit of kind of last resort from Jeremy. Would probably prefer to scrap the fire bases and do a barracks and second supply. Use the barracks to make missile defenders and laser lock quads with missile defenders. Combined with the Comanches is deadly and hard for Demo to play against even. armies and the situation that they're in now, I'm going to say that Jeremy has the advantage, but Torch is playing very well, and Jeremy, because he's a little bit hesitant and not moving out and not keeping GLA on the back foot, he's allowed himself to go on the back foot. Going to lose a dozer, going to lose 2 Chinooks, and didn't use that time while the quads were already engaged to kill the Comanches. That's lost all of his Chinooks. Jeremy playing a little bit hesitant, not sure what he's doing with these Comanches, and at the same time Torch is now going for the oil. So Torch is actually playing super good. These Comanches are doing what they should have done probably like 4 minutes ago or 3 minutes ago, and they should go over here and kill that tunnel, which they can kill really quick, kill that supply, and then it could have flown back, and that would have been real hard for Torch to deal with. But instead he's gone straight for the base and managed to actually catch this area and kill that tunnel before enough quads are out to defend. So JeremyB, actually, if he plays this right, shouldn't even need any supplies or anything. He could actually just win, but he's actually going to go back. If you go back now, that's 100% over. He should have stayed there and kill the entire base and then come back, and Jeremy's actually just quit. It's a little bit of a shaky start there from Jeremy, which I'm a bit surprised about, because Jeremy, Lost Hero, is a super good player. I'd usually expect a little bit more. So it's best of 5, so first to win 3. We're going to jump into our second game. Again, I may have added replays to so you don't know how many games this goes to. There'll always be 5 there, but it may not go that far. It may go to 3, it may go to 4, and it may go to the full 5. So again, we've got Jeremy, same army, similar matchup. Air Force in the north this time. Jeremy has. Or Lost Hero, I don't know if it's called Jeremy or Lost Hero. And in the south we've got Torch with Stealth this time, a considerably better army to have against Air Force, I would definitely say. Jeremy choosing to go for a barracks first. If it was me in this matchup, I probably would be going for 2 supplies first and just play it totally standard. But Jeremy actually going RPGs, and then he's gonna do a War Factory. It's looking like he's gonna go for a combat Chinook. I don't know if that is recommended against stealth, because if that pops out and if it detects that drone, then the drone is going to die, and the combat Chinook, unless he force fires exactly where it is, which he's placed the drone so he doesn't know exactly where it is, then the Chinook shouldn't be able to hit the tunnel, and the tunnel can just pop out RPGs, it can pop out quads, and it can kill the combat Chinook. Now remember what I said earlier about that Terracar. If Torch had gone to get the Terracar this time and gone and scouted with it, he'd see this build order and he'd know exactly what's come in, but because he's not, he's actually going to make a hijacker and a technical, so he's not going to know what's coming, so he's going to do a technical. I'm going to expect there's going to be a second technical out as well. He's actually made a quad, and the reason he's made a quad is because he sent that RPG forward, so he knows what's coming now. But a little bit slow. He would have known earlier that this was coming. So actually, this is working out super good for Jeremy. He's actually sent a Chinook with it. To take some of the damage. You see it's got a lower health there than it should do, and so the first quad that was there actually attacked that Chinook rather than that one, so this one can last a little bit longer. Also, you've got double the laser lock and the laser defense ability, and that's Torch actually out. It just quits and kicks me out, so yeah, that's GG then, I guess. I don't think Jeremy needed to do that. I think he could have won if he just played it totally standard, but when you're in a tournament you're under pressure and stuff, so I can fully understand. I've done it in the past as well. You go for an all-in build order, and it actually paid off for Jeremy there, so well played to him, and he got the win in like 2 or 3 minutes there. Okay, so Jeremy has got in the third game he's got USA in the south in the red colour again, and in the north we've got Torch in the cyan colour as tank. Score so far is 1-1. I think that supply might get the most efficient supply placement. So if you build it just far enough away, the trucks don't have to move, and it's the quickest that you can collect money in the map. Looks like he's done the same there on the left side. Built the supplies sideways. I prefer to do it straight on because the truck appears there and can collect that like tiny little fraction of a second quicker. Two war factories, and in the south we've got pretty standard build order all round. So war factory barracks a little bit far away, so the V's actually got to come all the way over here to load up, which later on could be a little bit problematic if you've got like Gats over here and Gats over there. But he's actually choosing to go for Crusaders, which is a good option against tank, because tank's going to be making Gats, like you can see there on the right side, and the Crusaders are the perfect counter to that. But is Jeremy going to expect this Gat down the right side straight away? You should be looking everywhere, especially if you can't see him on the left and you can't see him on the centre. This one is now in range, so you should be laser locking that straight away. I probably would put them rockets a little bit behind, so the Gat takes that firebase there takes the focus from the Gat, but the Gat's gone back anyway, and now he's going to capture that. So looking like a good start for Jeremy actually, as long as you can hold on early against tank. USA should have the army advantage. But these firebases though, if that Gat gets all the way close to that firebase, the firebase actually can't target it because it's within the minimum range. So now that firebase should either actually go down, or that Gat could have actually targeted these Chinooks and killed some Chinooks. But instead, the Gats are actually going to move away. Going to kill some Chinooks. Jeremy isn't quick enough at moving his Chinooks away. He hasn't got them labelled on anything. I would recommend to him to get them labelled on like number 9 and number 0, so you can move them with a hotkey rather than microing them manually. And then you can actually just press 9 again there and click on that supply, and it'll go and resume without having to like scroll over here, select it, scroll back over there, and click on it. You can use the hotkeys, but nevertheless, pretty solid hold from Jeremy. Did lose one Chinook though, so if I was playing I'd be disappointed with myself, and I'd be worried about losing this game, because that Chinook has cost 1200 and he's going to be on he's only on 75% collection rate over the 2 supplies until that Chinook gets back up, so it sets him a little bit behind. He has got a load of Vs out now. A lot of them are empty though, and empty Vs don't do a lot against Gats, but some of them have got enough missile defenders in there to do good damage. So on the left side we've got another attack with the Gats. Don't really like this, I would have gone back unless he can get another Chinook. But a good player is always going to move the Chinook out of the way, so basically those Gats are just going to be wasted. But on the right side we've got V's closing down the war factory, so it's looking super bad for Torch now. Those V's have been allowed to go straight in, and the reason he hasn't got enough Gats out and enough units to defend is because he's gone for what looks like the oil capture and trying to go for MiGs as well. MiGs are expensive, so you're going to have to cut production somewhere. So in that case, he's cut production in Gats, and he's going to lose the game because of it. Probably wouldn't have started making MiGs until Napalm was finished, until the oils were captured as well. We can see the oil capture there. So he's invested a load of money, not been able to get it off the ground, and Jeremy attacked at the right time. It's not unusual for a load of V's to push out and go into your base, so what Torch should have done is just made enough Gats so he can hold, rather than teching up and going to a different tech choice a little bit prematurely, if you ask me. He's going to lose the game because of it. I think Jeremy is taking a little bit of damage at the back. He's not collecting on that supply, but it's going to be GG because Torch can't win without a base, and all he's got left is 2 supplies. He's got no dozer, I'm pretty sure. Even if this Gat kills 100 Chinooks, it doesn't make any difference because there's loads of V's here, and it's just going to kill everything. As soon as those last 2 buildings go down, this is GG, 100%. That's going to be 2-1 for Jeremy, so he only needs to win 1 more after this to take the game and go into round 2. Feel a little bit sorry for those red guards. All just getting mowed down no matter which direction they went, and there was either V's or the firebase killing them, and that's Torch out. I don't know if he quit or the last building died. Torch actually collected loads more money than Jeremy, I think, because of the supply harassment. And his perfect supply placement, he actually managed to collect more, but he lost far more units, wasting them gats, just charging at the 5 bases. So that's 2-1 for Jeremy. So we're going to jump into the 4th game. Okay, so got a little bit of army luck this time. Unlucky for Jeremy, he's got China and he's in the south in the red colour, and in the north we've got Torch and Demo, the Demo faction. Now if China plays perfect, this can be won, and judging by what I've seen from Torch so far, I'm not going to say that he's like this amazing top level player. I did see some mistakes and he was a little bit slow and wasting gats and stuff, so if China does play perfect, there's no reason why Jeremy can't win this, and I don't think he has to go for this aggressive supply either. I'm going to see a forward barracks from Torch, so I'm going to expect maybe a terrorist, and maybe he's going to get that car. Hopefully someone will get that car in this tournament. That supply a little bit far away. Jeremy going to go for a airfield. It's actually looking a little bit like my all-in strategy that I posted on my YouTube channel. Except this truck is going to go forward. It's not going to get anything, and both trucks are going to go forward. This is definitely an all-in from Jeremy, because those 2 trucks are going to go to their death. Actually selling their supply as well. No war factory, so it's not like my video. I'd take that back. But this truck is going to die before it gets anywhere near the workers. It's going to die to the technical. The technical is going to scrap up and go and cause loads of harassment. There's not enough RPGs out to or tank hunters out to fill this helix that's going to come out of here. That building's got very low HP, so it's not the best defense to have. I would have preferred to see that helix get out quicker rather than waiting for this extra missile defender to come out now. Sorry, tank hunter. So that bunker's ready and he could be going straight to the base, but now Torch is going to have longer to build quads. It's actually only got 4 in there as well, so I'm tired. If you had 5 tank hunters out, they when they're on the ground, they get the horde bonus. So then when you go inside the helix, when you've got the horde bonus, they retain it. They retain the horde bonus. They actually do a little bit more damage. I don't know if they fire a little bit quicker as well. So you always want to put them in when they've got a horde bonus. But I think only 4 RPGs went in there. Only 4 tank hunters even. So it's going to be a pretty weak helix. Also, remember I said earlier about them about the mines. When you've got mines and you build a supply, the trucks always mess up their routes. You see like they're collecting really strangely. It's because of the mines on the ground. Jeremy actually going on 2 supplies now, putting the 5th tank hunter in. I would prefer to see them all evac, get the horde bonus, and then all go back in. Also want to see that healed as well, actually, because it's going to go down to 2 quads, never mind 3 quads and some RPGs is going to go down. This is looking super bad for Jeremy. A little bit unfortunate with the armies, but I think he could have pulled this off. He's going to take down a tunnel, but he's going to lose his right supply. Obviously the supply is worth more than a tunnel. If he's quick and he goes north, he can actually shut down this supply. It'll take a while to kill it, and obviously he's got to close down that tunnel as well. But these quads are going to be very hard to deal with. It's going to take like quite a few flamers or gats and outposts to deal with that, and he's not going to have it. So it's going to be Jeremy's base is going to get raped. Meanwhile, Jeremy killing some workers, but it really doesn't matter. Torch only needs this 1 supply in this base to win this. He doesn't need anything else. Jeremy at this point could be sending that dozer north, but I don't think Jeremy's really feeling it. And
you are victorious.
GG. So we can see Torch actually collected double what Jeremy collected. So we're going to jump into the 5th game. So that's 2-2. So next game wins basically. Torch in the inf in the south, and in the north we've got air. So contrary to the previous game, I think JeremyB has got the army advantage this time, especially if it goes a lot later on. All he needs in the beginning is 5 bases, rockets, Humvees, or even just 2 barracks, missile defenders, and flashbangs and rangers. and he can defend whatever Torch throws at him. And as soon as Pathfinders and all the support powers come out, that's going to be GG for Torch. But it looks like Torch is going to be aggressive, going to do a forward barracks. Hopefully Jeremy's seen that. He's not seen it actually. He's scouted there and done a drone here, but not seeing this. Not seeing this barracks. Just going to grab a drink. All he's talking is thirsty work. Now Jeremy's done a good build order, but not in this situation. So he's just seen this dozer go forward. When you see an aggressive build order like that, even though he scouted and didn't see it, he knew the dozer was there somewhere. So you've got to expect it's either here or on the side where he didn't see. And this build order I don't think works against an aggressive build order. If he'd have done a war factory there and a load of RPGs out there, which is what you can expect from an unscouted forward dozer, then what's going to happen is a RAP's going to come out of there and V's going to come out of there. But as soon as the RAP goes anywhere near the Assault Troop Crawler, is going to die. And even if it shoots the Troop Crawler before it evacs, all the minigunners are going to evacuate. They won't die unless you've got 2 Raptors out, and then the minigunners and everything will just overwhelm the base. Now luckily for Jeremy, he hasn't actually done that forward war factory and Assault Troop Crawler. It could have come from here, but he hasn't. It looks like he's going to go for outposts instead. Going to kill a second drone. First drone would have died. He's kept his command center so he can use drones. Now that was a good hit there, but that RAP now needs to go back and reload ASAP. He needs to keep pumping out Vs out of there if he's going to hold against this. To get that RAP out, I need to hit that that outpost. If it's got anything inside it, I don't know if it has. Don't think it has. No. V out of place there. This all comes down to micro here. That RAP could fly over there. You can just use the Alt key to click, 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 click. So it'll just keep hovering and use those Vs to go in and kill it. Even if that RAP goes down. Even if that RAP went down, which it will do to the minigunners, by the time those RPGs can fire again, because the point defense laser from the Raptor will be deflecting all these bullets, the Vs would have cleared all that up. But now, because he didn't do that, it's going super bad. He's not using the actually good hit from the Raptor there. He's only on actually 3 Chinooks. Not sure why that is. With this build order, you can definitely afford 4 Chinooks, but I think he did this barracks on the left, but I don't think you need that until a bit later. Meanwhile, I can hear oil's being captured. We do have the Assault Troop Crawler out now. And lucky for Jeremy, those minigunners had already evacuated. The longer this goes on, the more Jeremy should have the advantage, the army advantage. But now the oils are captured, that's going to ramp up the production for Torch. He's going to be spamming out units. I would, even if I was Torch, I'd probably have like a 2nd or even 3rd barracks and just be spamming out infantry. You don't really need, don't even really need a war factory in this situation, because the Raptors are going to pop open everything. So infantry is the key here, and RPGs is definitely the key. Okay, so the production is going to be ramped up by Torch. He's actually going for a 2nd war factory. Probably would have preferred to see him expand to that right side first. Raps are all going to go down, so now it's just the Vs to kind of kite these. That outpost got more RPGs in it. It's looking like GG for Jeremy, to be honest. Unless I see Colonel Burton come out, which after that strategy center, Colonel Burton will be unlocked. So Colonel Burton could help massively here, but 2 war factories now, so you're going to see loads of outposts. The outside of the war factory is closed down, so you can't make any more Vs, and 3 Vs is not enough to clear this up, so it's looking like GG. We know he hasn't saved carpet, and he hasn't killed enough stuff to earn another general's point. He spent the general's point, the only one he did have on drones. He's got one on the right there. The rest. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to some more World Series 2016 games. This is again round 1, and today we've got JeremyB against Torch. Torch, I actually don't know who this is. He's in the north in the starting cutter as a demo. JeremyB, aka Lost Hero, if you recognise that name. He is in the south with Air, so Air against Demo. I would say Air has the advantage, so JeremyB should be winning this. Also, I don't know anything about Torch as I don't know the player. I don't think I know, unless he's on a Smurf name, then we'll have to see how that goes for him. I've got to be wary in things like the World Series 2016 of like super top players, like the best players are making fake games, making fake names and playing kind of undercover, so you got to be wary of that. I'm always wary when an undercover player picks Cyan as well, because Cyan is a colour that Rage likes to play, so you've got to be careful. But judging by these workers a little bit slow, Rage is quicker than that, so I'm going to say this is not one of the